Hello everyone! It's Shiose here, and she's so excited to finally give everyone the very first SEVENS review of 2021. So, actually, before we begin, regarding the previous episode, Shiose won't be doing a full review of episode 30 because it came out during Shiose's holidays. Unfortunately, she doesn't have any plans to do a full 30 only video, but she will talk about it here in this video a little bit because it's pretty heavily connected to 31. So take this as both a 30 and 31 review. In fact, it may just be labeled as both 30 and 31, so you know, it works out in the end. Alright. Shiose really liked Tiger in 30. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has always had a little bit of a problem with female characters, both in terms of quantity and quality. With the villain of this arc set up to be Asana, and now another strong female character who is Luke's sister, that could change. SEVENS has shown through its first 2 seasons already that they know how to handle a good story and build on its characters, both male and female. So, Shiose just has a lot of hope for Tiger to come back in the future, especially because all of the other side characters have come back in some way, shape, or form. Also, can she say she loved the fact that Tiger's summoning chant seemed to be the original that Luke based his off of? Like, it's way too late to tell her to stop, which Luke lifted almost directly. Then you have her, I'll only say it once, which Luke changed to, there's a reason I said it twice. Shiose thinks it's a really nice touch to really drive home not only the fact that Tiger is Luke's sister, but also the fact that Tiger both fears... Oh, Tiger? That Luke both fears and admires Tiger because he's never won against her. And it really sets her up as this, you know, really large figure who even Luke is afraid of, sort of thing. And, you know, we haven't really seen him actually be affected by anyone. Episode 30 was also important because it reaffirmed for the audience just what Yuga's goals were with rush dueling. We get a scene of Tiger approving of Yuga here, and also Shiose really liked the fact that this entire episode, it seemed like Tiger and Yuga were on the same page. But okay, but also, then you have her, the one afterward where she asks what he wants to do with rush duels. Of course, Yuga says, "Smiles!" Egg holder! Oh, Shiose will move just a little bit. Smiles! Like in Arc 5. Shiose hopes nothing bad will happen here. Okay, she's joking. In any case, this scene was really important, not just in the moment, but also in episode 31. We'll get back to this later, but just remember that Yuga's goal, which has not changed from the first episode by the way, is to bring everyone smiles or joy from rush dueling. It reaffirms his goal, not for him, but for Luke and the audience. Yuga already knows what he wants, and he's known this since episode 1. But it seems Luke is just a little bit indecisive. And now we get to episode 31. Shiose won't say too much on this episode because it was fairly straightforward and it had a fairly low stakes duel. Part of her wanted Luke to lose his duel with Django, and part of her realized it would be a pretty stupid loss if he did. Luke seems like a character who has had only mostly low stakes duels, barring the ones with against Otis and Arai, but one of them was off screen, the one against Otis. But because of his impeccable win record so far, he also doesn't seem like someone who can lose even a filler duel. In a sense, he kind of has like a protagonist's plot armor. He just won too many duels to the point where if he loses one, it just seems weird. Yeah. So he needs to lose against someone significant. That's what Shiose thinks. But that's just a lot of words for Shiose to say that she never thought that even for a moment Luke would lose. It was just inconceivable. And it still is, because he didn't lose. Oh, but let's get to Django, or Django. Shiose wants to talk most about his tragic backstory, actually. It ties a lot more into episode 30 and the plot of this season than you'd think at first glance. First, it sets up the fact that the Machine Cavalry Duel Club is something that is relatively new to Goha 6. Not the fact that the club exists, but that its power eclipses even the student council. Remember back in episode 30, or actually not 30, in episode 28, when we actually got some foreshadowing to this, when Gakuto mentioned it briefly after Yuga met Asana. And now here we have our resolution. Members, Django and all the people here were the former members of the student council before they got ousted and replaced by people more loyal to the Machine Cavalry Club, probably. This is how the club rose to power. Okay, now remember this bit in episode 30 when Yuga said that his goal for Rush Duels was for people to smile? We finally have another resolution from that as well. Django himself. He was traumatized from the encounter with the Machine Cavalry Duel Club, and he smiled again because of Rush Duels. The episode immediately after the one where Yuga gets asked his goals, we have a direct resolution of that goal with another character. Shiose thinks this is very important. There's no coincidence. Perhaps the only reason why maybe many people haven't brought it up is the fact that there was that 1 week hiatus, and so everyone just kind of forgot, including Shiose herself. She actually went to rewatch episode 30. Okay. But, you know, besides the obvious reason that this is important because Yuga fulfilled one of his goals, or is fulfilling one of his goals, it's the fact that this question came up again in what is probably the middle of this season now. It seems like this may be the central theme to this season, which is aptly named Goha 6 Elementary. It may be that Yuga is meant to bring, you know, those smiles to Goha 6 Elementary. While it came up briefly with Nail at the end of episode 26 when he turned over his leaf and said that Rush Duels had a lot of potential, this question had played a much bigger role the past few episodes than it did in season 2 with Nail. There were, of course, a lot of other small details in this episode that Shiose liked as well. Django was a little bit of a weird character, but she grew to like him enough by the end. It was also really nice to see this shot of Goha 6th Elementary, the old campus versus the new one. It really encompasses the fact that the Machine Cavalry Duel Club are on a completely different level, both literally and metaphorically. You can see how unnatural their school looks in relation to the old campus. Look at it. It's like on a raised hill or something. Completely just nonsensical. Why is it built like that? Oh, so was it just Shiose? Or did anyone else notice the new soundtrack that played for Luke this episode when he summoned Attack Volcano Dragon? It reminded Shiose of the movie Promare. It's such a coincidence too, because that movie is about a giant volcanic eruption that could destroy the Earth. Maybe it's a little reference or Easter egg. In any case, Shiose is very excited for the next episode because we're getting Yuga versus Asana already? She didn't think it'd be this soon! Actually, adding on to one of the previous points, because it seems like smiling through Rush Duels is a huge part of this season. Does this mean Yuga will make Asana smile through Rush Dueling? Maybe Asana isn't the endgame villain of this arc, but someone else? Shiose has a mild theory that she's a red herring, but maybe she's wrong. Maybe Shiose just has a little too much faith in Asana. After all, Asana is one of Shiose's favorite characters from SEVENS. Not the favorite because that's Yuga, but it's really close, okay? Okay. But yes, that is Shiose's episode 30 and 31 review. It is really short this time because there wasn't too much to talk about besides well, Tiger's introduction in 30, and then the Django duel, which was fairly low stakes. It just gave us a lot of background on not only Django but Goha 6th Elementary, and while that was interesting, there's nothing more that Shiose can do but speculate a little bit. So hopefully it's okay that this one seemed a little bit shorter than usual. Oh, but before Shiose goes and ends this review, she does really want to announce that she will be debuting soon, you know, as a VTuber, and then she'll start using this channel for more things that aren't just Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe. She doesn't know about that 100% yet, but she will be debuting on January 30th, which is a Saturday, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That would be 6 p.m. Pacific Time, or 11 a.m. on the 31st, Japan Time. Hopefully everyone comes to that debut. Shiose will have a little end card that describes what she's doing, and when she's doing it, and where she's doing it, which, by the way, is she's going to be streaming on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. It'll be a weird stream. It'll be dual streamed. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, Shiose will probably have to default to Twitch and then upload the VOD to YouTube later, but she really wants to stream to both platforms. In any case, thank you for coming to Shiose's episode 30 and 31 Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's review. Hopefully she'll see you at her debut! Alright, bye bye! Bye bye!